Air Force One left San Diego less than an hour ago as President Barack Obama heads to Honolulu for the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit this weekend. Good evening, I'm Paula Akana. The president is among the last of the world leaders to arrive on this first day of the APEC CEO Summit. KITV4's Kenny Choi and Laura Yamada are out in the field tonight to bring you team coverage on all the day's events, and we begin with Laura, who's on the rooftop of the Hawaii Convention Center.
Well, Paula, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton had a very busy day today. She had two conferences this morning, then she popped on over to the Sheraton Waikiki for what she called a conversation on women and the economy. Back to that finance ministers meeting this morning, Clinton and U.S. Trade Representative Ron Kirk outlining what they want to accomplish by Sunday, they say. They want, on paper, a better agreement between the APEC countries on how to advance clean energy, lower tariffs, and expand free trade. Then they all posed for a photo op, family photo, as they say, before launching right into another conference, this time on disaster resiliency. Clinton saying this year's natural disasters have cost world economies an estimated $200 billion so far. But in an afternoon news conference, her focus shifted to Europe and countries at odds with the U.S.
Iran has a long history of deception and denial regarding its nuclear program. And in the coming days, we expect Iran to answer the serious questions raised by this report.
She also talked about Syria, and she demanded President Assad stop the violence and also step down. And she mentioned North Korea, saying that just recently the U.S. re-emphasized to North Korea U.S. demands for North Korea's denuclearization. Right now, they say they are waiting to hear from North Korea and to see if they respond to that. Paula?
Laura, all these issues, they've lasted for so many years. So do they think they can actually accomplish this week?
Well, you know, Clinton referred to the transatlantic talks in Europe. It's kind of a similar conference to APEC. People compare that a lot, saying that they had countless meetings, endless meetings. That was in her words. She said they eventually, though, did make progress. So we're going to talk more about that in her speech this afternoon. And, of course, the president rolls into town later on tonight. We're going to have that live from Hickam Air Force Base coming up. Paula?
All right. Thanks, Laura. Well, now we're going to turn to Kenny Choi for more on what the world leaders are doing here in town. He's live at Bishop Museum with more on an international trade reception. Kenny?
Paula, tonight the U.S.-Japan Council and the APEC Hawaii Committee co-hosting a reception for top U.S. and Japanese leaders, including the Prime Minister of Japan, Yoshihiko Noda, whom I'm told is scheduled to arrive around 7:45, between 7:45 and 8 o'clock tonight. Senator Dan Inouye arrived around 40 minutes ago, and as you can imagine, security around here is very tight. We were told by Secret Service agents that our live truck was actually too close to where the motorcade was supposed to arrive, so we moved that a little bit. Tonight, really a celebration of the continued strength of U.S.-Japan relations, but it could also be a chance for the leaders to jumpstart some talks after Prime Minister Noda announced before arriving in Hawaii that Japan wants to join U.S.-led talks to forge a trans-Pacific partnership among 9 countries. Other officials scheduled to attend tonight's reception include U.S. Trade Representative Ron Kirk, U.S. Secretary of Commerce John Bryson, and Japan's Foreign Minister Koichiro Gemba. I'll be heading into the reception in just a little bit, and we'll have a full recap for you tonight at 10. We're live at the Bishop Museum. Kenny Choi, KITV4 News.